Well, we are all delighted to commence today's summit. We've already commenced, and now I would, with an insightful welcome keynote by a presenting partner on the topic, AI-led digital transformation playbook for NBFCs. Well, it's a pleasure. Please put your hands together to welcome Mr. Srijan Nagar, co-founder of FinBox and our presenting partner, to please come forward to deliver a welcome note. Thank you, sir.
Hi, good morning. Just a quick show of hands here. How many from business departments of NBFCs? Business, sales, revenue, distribution. How many from risk and analytics? Okay, great. How many from technology? Oh, wonderful. Quite uniform distribution, I must say. Thank you all for joining this lovely morning. I would just keep it very short. I would just quickly talk about what we are seeing in the market. FinBox. Okay, thank you. Yeah, FinBox is a 9-year-old company. We work very closely with NBFCs and banks as their digital transformation partner. We work with the likes of HDFC Bank, Kotak Bank, and also a lot of NBFCs such as Aditya Birla Capital, Poonawalla FinCorp, Muthoot, etc. We help them launch new digital lending programs in partnership with us, LSPs. We also help them in different sort of digital transformation plays. Operating in this space for close to 9 years now, we are seeing certain trends that are emerging. And in my presentation, I would like to talk about what we are seeing in the market and where this industry is overall heading. And we'll also touch upon, the most talked topic in today's time, which is AI. But we'll keep it no nonsense, honest to heart version of AI. We will not be, selling you snake oil AI or anything like that. So here we go. First of all, we've been talking about transformation, but what does it really mean and why the time is now? Almost all the customers that you interact with across loan products, be it a small ticket size personal loan or even a large ticket size LAP or HL, customers are wanting speed. They want the decisions to happen in a way that whatever can be digitized should be digitized. If you can do a PL, if you are doing a PL, in the market, people are doing PL instantly. People are doing personal loans, at least up to a given ticket size with very minimal to no TAT, wherein you can do the loan practically within a few minutes or a few hours. For a larger ticket size home loan or a LAP, at least the financial eligibility should be instant, while the technical legal process can still be offline or can take time. But the idea is whatever can be sped up has to be sped up, because that is what the customers want. And there's a lot of fintech competition from large LSPs as well, which is changing this customer behavior. So customer, of course, wants faster. Regulators are not in mood for any more surprises. They've seen a lot of it now. And they would want explainability everywhere. They would want, gone are the days where regulators are looking at CSV files or Excel files or dumps from your systems. They want a view which is live on the screen. They want to see, audit trails. They want to see everything live from the system. So there is a lot of digitization that is required there. And of course, everyone has to deliver their ROA, ROE numbers, which comes from solid efficiency, be it in terms of reducing your customer acquisition cost, be it in terms of improving operational excellence, be it in terms of automating, processes. So, these are the three sort of key drivers of, why it is more important than now. Of course, digital transformation has always been around in some shape or form. The first version of it was just translating, a physical file to a digital file instead of taking a paper form. Everyone created like a, website. Everyone created like a lead drop form. That was the first version, wherein we just migrated from, say, a physical newspaper to an online website reading news, something like that. That was the version 1 of transformation. Second version, where most of us are today, is automation in terms of processes, wherein rather than at every step a human being involved in pushing that file to the next level. There are some automations, there are some workflows. Every entity that is involved in a decisioning of a loan or in the loan process has a set of tools which they use to sort of automate their work. And the path, let's say a loan file follows, is guided, is automated, is a part of the workflow. We are now entering into the third era or the third level of digital transformation, which is intelligence. And this is where AI is different than automation. A lot of AI, what we see today in the market in the form of POCs or pilots that people are pitching or people are doing, people get confused between 2 and 3. AI is not 2, AI is 3. It's not automation, it's intelligence. What does it mean? It means that if I am a person that can, if the system can learn from its past data, if the system can automate certain decisions on your own behalf, if the system can understand unstructured data and can take decisions on the behalf of a human in a way, or can assist the human large time in making those decisions, that is AI. It's not just automating a few workflows, it's not just automating a few tasks here and there. That still comes under the ambit of 2, and 2 is still very, very important. You can't do 3 unless and until you have done 2, right? And most of us, 90%, 99% of us maybe are in 2. And 3 is hard, right? 3 is not something that you can do overnight. I was reading a brilliant article over the weekend which just said that, all organizations are super chaotic. It's not like decision making or decisions are done in a super transparent way. A lot of times decisions are just made ad hoc in any sort of organization, be it a large bank or a small startup. So for 3 to actually work, the fundamental blueprint of how the organization works has to change. So it's still time till you see full-blown, intelligent systems. But where we are seeing AI actually come up is in pockets. Small tasks that can be automated or that can be made intelligent are being made intelligent. So rather than having a full-blown AI transformation, our customers are looking at, building smaller, rather than boiling the ocean, they're looking at smaller AI pilots. For example, can I create a bot? Can I create an AI agent who just classifies documents? Can I create an AI agent who just decides whether this case is FTR or it is an FTNR? Can I create an AI agent who is just responsible for RCU, right? Or to flag, whether this file has any fraudulent triggers or not. So people are doing AI in pockets, that is what we are seeing, and these are the pilots which are most successful, rather than like a full-blown transformation of, something like an underwriting. So underwriting is going to take a lot of time. We are still not there because in terms of explainability, in terms of arriving at in terms of explaining how you arrived at a particular credit decision, that is still a crucial aspect. People are working a lot on explainability, but we are far away from a full-blown AI underwriter. We are still there in terms of AI-assisted underwriting, where the agent can recommend certain things, but the final call is still, led by human. We are there in terms of AI-generated CAM. We are there in terms of explainability layer, where the underwriter can ask question answers to the CAM. But in terms of full-blown underwriting, we're not there, and it's going to take some time. So this is what we are seeing in the market, and these are the kind of pilots which are most successful. Now the question is, given this shift, what sort of stack or what sort of playbook should we have, right? And in terms of an overall strategy of a multi-product NBFC or even a single product NBFC, what should you think of, where should you invest in? So one thing that is happening is channels have diversified a lot. I'll just come back to this slide. I'll cover this one first. If you see the distribution over the last decade, what started with a bank-based sourcing, a branch-based sourcing, or a DSA-based sourcing has now evolved into 6 channels, 5 channels right now, and more coming up. So there are branches, of course. There are DSAs and DSTs, people on the ground who are sourcing. There is NBFCs sourcing via their own app or website, which is the 3rd generation, their own journeys. There is embedded finance, where NBFC acts like a back office layer or a back-end API layer, capital provider layer, but the journey is happening at some other place. For example, a Paytm doing loans, or a Money Control doing loans, or a Tata doing loans, right? All of these new platforms have come up where a lot of lending transactions are happening. Cred just reported good numbers. Paytm reported a fantastic quarter, right? So all of this is powered by embedded lending. Then DPI is shining. ONDC is finally taking off. We are seeing more and more disbursals now on open network for digital commerce. This is yet another channel which one has to prepare for. On the embedded finance part, another corollary is co-lending. Co-lending is yet another channel where, now that after the new RBI regulation, co-lending is mostly going to be tech play, right? Because, everything is CLM1 and what you need is real-time instant underwriting. So channels are more than ever before, and you need a system which is not siloed. You need a system which caters to all of those 4, 5 or 6 channels. That is the most important thing. That is the first one. You need omni-channel, omni-product distribution, or what we call it ASAP journeys, as STP as possible. Then on the back office side, what you need is every person who is handling the file, if the file is an NSTP, you need tools for them. So for a RCU person, you need an RCU agent or tools for them. You need a proper workflow orchestration which can basically shift the file from stage 1 to stage 2 without a lot of human dependency. You need something which can, automate all of these transitions. You need to be API driven because in the new modes of origination, NBFCs often are an API. The front end is hosted somewhere else, the lending is happening somewhere else, and we are the capital provider. And then, of course, you can't be slow in these things because the modern channels want you to be super fast in terms of change management and go live. And you can't ignore the risk management, compliance, and explainability all this while. As you break open your NBFC workflow into APIs, the degrees of freedom increase, so the margin for making errors also increase. You can control your own journey very, very tightly, but when that journey is hosted on some other third-party platform, the rules change. So by design, the APIs and the infrastructure or the middleware has to be super compliant in terms of risk management and compliance. So this is, just quickly, in terms of how this really changes the flow. So everyone knows about a process which is QD, a quick data entry and a detailed data entry. Usually what people do is they will, till now in the first version of digital transformation, what was happening is everyone just takes files, punches into some CRM system, which is a quick data entry, and then some manual team like a CPA or a RPC would basically enrich that data and do a detailed data entry in your LOS, and then all of these people will work off that system. This is a very inefficient process where a lot of cases are sent back from CPA to sales, a lot of cases are sent back from credit to sales. So this is how it is evolving it to be, Gone are the days where people do QD and DD. People are moving towards IDE, which is like an intelligent data entry. Anything that can be automated has to be automated. If immediately after getting my PAN number I can do a bureau pull, I should do a bureau pull. If I am capable enough to show an offer to the customer in real time, I have to do that. Which means that at every stage you need a decisioning layer, at every stage you need a data enrichment layer, and during the time when you're collecting that information, you can't be like, okay, let me collect this information and come back to you. The customer is right then and there. If you are not able to give an offer instantly to them, they'll go to your competition, right? So I'm not saying that automate everything and give like instant disbursals, but at least give instant decisions, at least give instant offers, at least tell them what is expected out of them. So this is where the processes are moving towards. In case of a PL, you can do practically everything from lead capture to disbursal instantly, without the journey breaking or handing over to a human being. In case of a BL or a LAP, it goes up until a certain point. Just one moment. It goes up until a certain point and then it hands over to a human. So this is what modern systems are built for, and this is what we do as well. So FinBox basically is a combination of APIs and platforms. We work with lenders on 3 different areas. First is digital platforms, where we have an embedded finance stack where we connect you to multiple LSPs so that you can establish a new distribution channel. We have a full-blown LOS for different loan journeys. We have a business rule engine, Sentinel BRE, which is the theme of this event, and Sanup, my colleague, will be showcasing a deeper demo to you in the second half of the event. Then we have a bunch of risk and fraud APIs around bank statement intelligence, scorecards, account aggregator, etc. And then we have identity verification and KYC suite. This is what we do, and super excited. We'll be around. Super excited to be a part of this event, and happy to chat offline. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Srijan sir. I would request Shri Kamalan Bhatia ji, Chief Credit Officer, to please come forward to felicitate Srijan sir. Sir, Srijan sir, can I request you to please be here? Ladies and gentlemen, Shri Kamal Bhatia sir here, and I would request sir to please felicitate Srijan sir.